This call is now being recorded.
Hi, this is Randy Rosado. I'm here at the St. Lucie County Jail, and it's November 2nd, 2021. And I guess, today I was actually going to start talking about the charges that I was convicted of in Lee County. But I was kind of thrown for a little bit of a loop today, and my life was in danger, thanks to the officers here at this evil jail, because what they do is they create strife, and they put me in a bad situation. So I was going to share the charges because according to the papers, I was basically accused of doing everything under the sun, but no one actually knew the charges, the rare charges called simulation of the legal process. But I'm going to get to that another time, because despite the claims that maybe I'm responsible for the death of John Lennon and Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson and Prince, and I probably even know where Jimmy Hoffa's buried, but none of that has anything to do with what I'm charged with. So but I'm a little flustered today because I was basically robbed, and I asked the officers for help, and they somehow said they were going to help me, and then they turned it against me. And it comes a day after I was in court yesterday and asking the judge why I'm still in this jail, because the sheriff Mascara, who runs this jail, is one of the alleged victims in my case, and his officers and his deputies and sergeants and lieutenants and captains have been harassing me for over 2 years. It's on court record. They said they were going to transfer me to another jail. They haven't done it. They've continued to look through my legal documents and determine what I'm allowed to have and what I'm not, confiscating stuff from me, tampering with my legal mail, and this is how it operates here in this system, and you bring it to the court's attention, and they basically say there's nothing they can do about it, or they say they're going to enter an order, and then nothing happens. So, the whole thing is a joke, but the best I can do is try to just put it on the record and just hope that God continues to protect me, But no, they set up situations so you can really get hurt, and that's what's going on. And like I said, it just today I had to move dorms because a bunch of gang members were basically going to jump me because they got caught stealing from me, and they accused me of being a snitch. But I'm not a snitch. I just asked the officers to change my PIN because basically, okay, so what's going on here is, this jail and a lot of other jails have computer tablets, and so these tablets allow you to order your commissary, which is basically just overpriced gas station food that people are willing to kill over, apparently, especially people who don't have any money, because that's so important to them, or just to prove their street cred, I guess, as gang members, And I'm not from Fort Pierce, so so I'm the odd man out, but I try to stay out of the way. I don't bother anyone. I'm 48 years old. I'm never been in trouble before this, so this is kind of different. But anyway, so these tablets, all they are is something else to fight about. You put 8 tablets in dorms with 36 to 40 people, so of course they're fighting over them. I've been able to do a lot with them in terms of study, and like I shared about the Khan Academy and the Law Library and stuff. But they recently allowed us to listen to music on them, which you have to pay for. It's 3 cents a minute, so it's basically $5 an hour if you want to hear music. And for me, I haven't heard music in 5 years, so it was exciting at first, but it's really it's expensive. Other jails actually give you a radio and you just pay for the batteries and you can listen to music for free. But not here, and definitely not Lee County. So I haven't heard music really consistently since 2016, except for just the past few weeks. But anyway, the novelty's worn off because it's not worth getting into conversations over. But anyway, so you can move money from your commissary account to your tablet account, and then when it's on the tablet, you could either use it for music and movies and stuff like that, or you can use it to do prepaid phone calls. So today I discovered that $140 was moved from my commissary account to my tablet account, and I guess they were planning to watch movies, listen to music, and use a bunch of phone calls. So I realized that someone had found my PIN number, and they have a facial recognition thing when you log in, but it's not really facial recognition because apparently people can log in to anyone's account. However, if you bring it to someone's attention and they check, they can see whose face it is. So when I found out that someone had stolen $140 or was in the process of doing it, I went to one of the deputies. I said, hey, someone's trying to steal from me. I need you to reset my PIN number. He said, no problem. I also said, can you move that money back over to the commissary account because they cleared it all out? Well, he was very nice. He said, yeah, I reset your PIN, and we're going to get that money back to you. It's no problem. But we want you to do something for us. I want you to make some phone calls, and we're not going to charge you for it. We're going to move all that money back, but we're testing a theory, and I can't really get into the details. Anyway, he was basically full of shit, and what he ended up doing was, I guess, finding out who logged in by seeing the face. I didn't know who it was. Apparently, it was one of my roommates, and next thing you know, they pulled him out. But in the process, they're pulling me in and out, and now it looks like I'm snitching to the police, which I'm not because I had no idea who actually accessed my account. And look, even though I'm 48 years old, I'm not against fighting. I don't want to, but I'll defend myself if I have to. But gang members don't fight fair. People in jail don't fight fair. They jump you. That's what they do. So it's not like you're going to actually have a fair fight. And, I don't want to. I'm too old for that. But at the same time, it is what it is. I guess it comes with the territory. But the cops created this situation and then turned it around on me and said, well, they said that you were selling them phone calls, which is totally not true. People have come to me and said, can I have a debit call, and I'll give you a soup for it, and I don't want to do it, but, you try to be nice. And so anyway, they somehow turned it against me and, put me in a dangerous situation. So I had to move dorms immediately, but that doesn't put me out of harm's way because they just send a message for people to jump me over here. So, this is what they do, and it's just a nasty place. They set you up, and then they put charges on you. So now so they gave me a DR, and my option was you could either have 30 days probation, or if you want a hearing and you lose, you can go to the box for 14 days, which is pretty insane because in nearly 5.5 years of being locked up and going through this in multiple jails, I've never had a disciplinary action. I was thrown in the box before, like I said, for writing the governor, but there was no actual paperwork tied to it. But here, they're actually trying to blame me for saying I let people use my account and monitoring who's put money on my account when it's really, I didn't know you weren't allowed to have certain people put money on your account. It's your account, and you can't control who puts money on it from the outside. But anyway, it's just more crap here, and this is what they do. If they know there's a problem, they purposely let it escalate because then they can put charges on people. And they hope that it escalates because now you have a new charge on the outside. In this case, I got lucky because they only gave me a jail charge. But still, it goes against my internal record, which I don't care. They already hate me and have it out for me anyway. But but this is just typical of what they do. So anyway, so I'm a little flustered today, but. Tomorrow's a better day, another day, and you know what? They could have their tablets, they could have their music, and then they could have all the crap here because it's all garbage. They don't protect anyone, and they create these situations, and they enjoy it. Like I said, they come and tell me that I'm lying. Well, they told me the officers, well, you're kind of full of shit. I said, in what way? And he said, well, if you don't remember who did what on your account, if I don't remember if someone used my, I gave them a phone call for a soup. The bottom line is I never gave anyone my PIN number. And someone went in and took $140. Fortunately, I caught it in time, but somehow they turned it around on me. And now other people have also gotten disciplinary actions for it. So, now I'm a big target. I mean, I was threatened. Well, it was really kind of a scary situation because these are some violent people. I'm in a very violent part of the jail. I'm in what they call Delta, which is kind of separate from the main jail. I'm in Delta East with the violent offenders, and even though my charges aren't violent, because I have such a heavy sentence in Lee County, this is where they put me. So anyway, so I'm just venting. Next time I'll get more into what I wanted to talk about, which is really the charges in Lee County, and just the charges themselves, because there's no other case that's ever gone to trial with these charges or been appealed. And it's very subjective because what they did was they took a single episode and they charged me a bunch of times. And they did this over and over to stack up 19 charges. But I really want to focus on the first 8 because that's really where my conviction lies. So even before I get into the double jeopardy and I get into the unlawful search of my, the unlawful arrest in New York and the unlawful search and, the denial of the right to counsel and to conflict-free counsel and the denial of the right to face my accusers and all the other things that they did that I argued on appeal that you could read if you go to randallrosado.blogspot.com. You could see all that, but I just want to kind of go through the charges themselves because my whole argument is that when you understand the definition, you'll realize that this whole thing was basically a hoax, and they've taken my life away, and they've told all these lies, and all these lies don't equate to what the actual charges is. This fake court that I created, these $1 million liens, none of that crap actually exists. None of that actually, no money was taken from anybody. There's no restitution. They can't show that I had any monetary gain, yet, they're treating me like I stole millions, like I'm some kind of Bernie Madoff guy. And it's insane. It's insane, and I'm not going to be silent anymore. So, it is what it is. But, something happens to me while I'm here, we'll know why. But again, it's on the record. I went to court again. I told my attorney to try to get me transferred to another jail. This was supposed to happen back in the in the spring of 2020, and of course the COVID excuse comes up. But this is just not right. And now they have me in harm's way, and it's coming. Like I said, a lot of the biggest criminals walk around with badges, and and then not that I'm surrounded by angels, because these people will smile in your face as they're trying to stab you in the back too. So I'm around some evil people, and I try to keep to myself, but sometimes it's hard to avoid. So fortunately, I do have some friends around here, but that's when I say friends, it's basically people you're friendly with. But when you have a whole dorm turned against you, or when you have all the gang members and the violent people in the dorm threatening you, anyone that was your friend wants nothing to do with you. Kind of just the way people got when they read the news stories and heard about the FBI being involved and me being some kind of crazy terrorist sovereign citizen guy. Now all of a sudden people scatter when none of that crap is true. I'm just baffled at the world today. I'm baffled by this criminal injustice system and these kangaroo courts and all the shit that they're doing, because it's really unbelievable. There's no such thing as justice. People have to take plea deals because they don't have a choice, because you're not going to win. You can't beat them. But anyway, let me just, tomorrow's going to be a better day, and I'm safe so far, but like I said, I got 30 days probation. I have to just like in the regular court system, I have to take the deal because the same cops that are setting me up to fail and put me in these dangerous situations are the ones that are going to come and decide whether or not I'm guilty of this little jail violation. So, do I give up my freedom even more and be thrown in the box for 2 weeks and not be able to shower or use the phone or do anything? Or do I just take the 30 days? So, of course I'll take the 30 days. I've gone over 5 years without getting in trouble, so why wouldn't I do that? It's kind of, the chances of me getting in trouble in 30 days are highly unlikely unless, they send someone running at me to attack me and I've got to defend myself. But anyway, this is where I am. But the next time I'm going to try to get my thoughts together and try to just anyone who's interested in the truth help you understand what this Florida statute 843.0855 is all about, because that's really what they convicted me on. It's a third-degree felony, which is punishable by 5 years, but the way they treated it and the way they stacked them, they manipulated the sentence. And now I've gotten no relief at the end.
You have 1 minute remaining.
But I do have faith that the federal court system or the Supreme Court or some other venue will see the injustice, and that's it. And I just trust God to see me through it. So anyway, that's all for now. You heard the warning. It's that time. My time has run out. But I'll talk to you soon. And thanks for listening.
Thank you for using GTL.